Thank you for tuning. Into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. Here we go. And it's the Cavaliers to start out. Here's Castle. From downtown, Anthony Davis with the rebound. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
The size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Pass to Neesmith. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Neesmith got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for Seattle. Here's Castle. Mathurin for three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, great answer by Benedict Mathurin. What a shot from distance.
Right side, Ball. To the paint. It's stolen by Adebayo. Cleveland moving the ball around. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Pass to Neesmith. Over Castle. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Mathurin. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
Here's Castle. Got a hand on it. Pass to Davis. Here's Coulibaly. Good D by Embiid.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And a wide open look for Mathurin. His three-pointers off the mark. Left side, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Watching Davis run up court, very light on his feet for a big fella.
And here are the Cavaliers. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about the game plan for Joel Embiid. He told me Embiid might be the hardest matchup in the league. We just have to try to make things difficult on him and make him work for every point. Let's see if they're up to it, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Second team foul.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Cleveland?
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Shot clock at 5.
I love how Ball moves the rock. Incredible instincts on the offensive end.
Takes it inside. Castle misses. Poke loose. And stolen by Thibault. Pass to Embiid. And he uses the glass on the layup. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
And how about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time.
Now, here's Neesmith. Here's Davis. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball.
Team foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Castle. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
It's an awkward pass to try to make on the interior.
And so it's Cleveland with it. They trail by 1. Offensive rebound. Poked away. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. Hart, that's good.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Castle. Adebayo the screen. Shot clock at 6. Embiid wide open. Buries the 20-footer. Embiid's got 8.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Davis sets a screen. Coulibaly with it. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Joel Embiid.
Count that one. 10 points for Joel Embiid.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
18. The Cleveland.
Well, it's been a
17.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Seattle.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Seattle with the ball. And he jams it with authority.
Josh Hart hammering it down. That's a message right there.
The ultimate blue player, Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember, he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual plays. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. A finish. And Ball slams it in.
And the intelligence, his overall basketball IQ, Ball just has a knack for being in the right spot, especially when the break is on.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Analytics or the eye test, the optics or the numbers in front, Greg. When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Ball with a wide open look. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Ball's got his second basket of the night. Here's Black. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Now here's DeRozan. Three-point lead. And that one's good by Davis.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Black. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Hart. Knocked loose. And stolen by Drummond. Pass to Warren. Here's Black. Inside. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Boy, the defense has no answer for Andre Drummond. That's what we call emphatic finish.
Nesmith. And again, Seattle with the triple.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
2 minutes.
Here's Black. Pass to Drummond. Over Davis. Back to Black. 5 on the clock. Drummond, a screen. Fires it up. Hits the front of the rim and out. Seattle leading by 7. And stolen by Drummond. Here's Black. Off target from outside.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Pass to Nesmith. Over Mathurin. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. A different look now for Cleveland. And it's Seattle with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Boucher. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Cleveland trails by 7. Here's Feibel. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Josh Hart.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there. And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going. Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look. Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Pass to Nesmith. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Now, here's Ball. 9 points in the game so far. Hart, that's good.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
On the wing, Monk. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
The Cleveland team.
It's been all about Lonzo Ball for Seattle. He was a true standout at the offensive end. both with his scoring and his passing. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother, and Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
Coulibaly, no good. Pass to Embiid. Here's Castle. For the tie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on Aaron Nesmith.
Known for his strong defense, Castle is someone any coach would love to have. He is a hard-working rookie.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Castle. He's got 9. Back to Mathurin. Fires the 3. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Pass to Coulibaly. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Castle. He's got 11. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Well, no question, Joel Embiid is page 1 on the scouting report. Maybe page 2 and 3 as well. He is a handful.
On the wing, Davis. The 3. Oh, Davis showing his range.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
Pass to Embiid. Stolen by Ball. Davis with it. 14 points for him. Right side, Ball. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Ibo on the wing. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Castle. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And what makes Castle so difficult to guard is that he keeps defenders off balance with his constant change of pace.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Seattle. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Nesmith. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And 11 points for Aaron Nesmith. Now Embiid, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
13 foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Black. Drummond the screen. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
and the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Outside, Davis. Stolen by Warren. Over in the corner, Jaquez. Drills it from outside. And now just a 2-point Seattle lead.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. There's 1:40 left in the third. And Ball gets double teamed. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter of the game. Tries again. Davis gets a wide open look. And once again off the mark by Seattle. And so it's Cleveland with it. Trailing by 2. Black, no good. And here is Ball. He's got 11. Left side, DeRozan. Off target at the rim. And the Cavaliers with possession. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. On the wing, Jaquez. Stolen by Ball. Lays it up and banks it in. DeRozan's got his first bucket in this one.
So determined is DeRozan as he has piled up a ton of points in this league.
Here's Black. 5 to shoot. Monk outside. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Jaquez can't hit. And DeRozan throws it down.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. And so it's Seattle, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding
Cleveland team. 49.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Cleveland trails by 6. Here's Castle. Outside Mathurin. 3-pointer. Kept alive. It's tipped. Embiid. Great D that time from Davis. Seattle leading by 6. Pass to Nesmith. Back to Ball. Over Mathurin. Ball no good. Here's Castle. And here's Embiid. He's guarded by Davis. And there's the foul. It's on Coulibaly. That's his first foul. Up top, Embiid. Here's Mathurin. And he dunks it down.
And already Mathurin has a pretty dynamic drive, but getting the drop on the defense all season won't be easy.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Seattle.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
Embiid, no good.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
To the inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Down low. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Thibault. Here's Adebayo. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And that's only his first miscue of the night. He's been unbelievably steady so far.
To the middle. Here's Hart. And Embiid with the block.
So agile at 7 feet. Embiid covers a lot of territory. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He knows every possession is critical now. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During the break, listened in with Joe Mazzulla and his team. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard. Run our stuff. Guys?
Thank you, David. Pass to Nesmith. Great D that time from Adebayo. Cleveland trails by 5. And there's the foul. It's on Coulibaly. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
And we know how good Embiid is at drawing fouls, especially in the painted area. He welcomes the contact.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Pass to Nesmith. Outside, Davis. Back to Nesmith. Rebounded by Castle. Cleveland trails by 3. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now Embiid. 6 to shoot. And they double up Embiid. In close, Embiid gets it to fall.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
It's Hart on the wing. And the rejection by Embiid. And he recovers it. Here's Ball. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And Ball is not going to back down in these moments. In fact, he embraces being the man when it's a big possession.
Pass to Mathurin. Here's Castle. They swipe it. And now it's Davis running. He can go all the way.
Yeah, that's next level stuff from AD. He draws the eyes of the defense and then locates the open man.
Driving in. Castle misses. Seattle leading by 5. Hard bounce pass. And stolen by Thibault. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Seattle. They're giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Second team foul.
1:09 left in the fourth. And Ball gets double teamed. Pass to Hart. Outside, Ball. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Castle. Ball with the rebound. And it's Seattle with the ball. Leading by 5. .35 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Pass to Castle. Over in the corner, Mathurin. And Bede in the corner. Here's Castle. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And even though he lacks the size of some of the other bigs, that extra effort has allowed him to do some serious work here on the board.
It's stolen by Davis. And so it's Seattle